So I've got to ask you, your sister is Konnie Huq, the TV presenter. What is it like growing up with a famous sister?
Well, I mean, she wasn't famous at the time, but she was always a bit of a cheeky thing. So, I mean, growing up, it was a weird existence because it was, I mean, for example, our parents spoke to each other in Bengali and to us in Bengali. We always answered back in English. Every party knew what the other was saying. There's nothing I would ever say, or Konnie would say, or my older sister that would surprise them, or vice versa, because their language had kind of stunted in the 60s when they came over, so they weren't learning new phrases or anything. But yeah, she's 3 years younger than me, so she got away with murder, basically. So immigrant family, one of three. Oldest one wasn't allowed to go out of London for university, very mollycoddled. Me branched out a bit more, had a Saturday job in WH Smith's. That was a bit of a fight to be allowed to do that. Konnie had Saturday jobs in central London, meeting famous people. And then when she was in the sixth form, she blagged it at an audition for a satellite kids channel. I went as the grown-up with her. She got the job, and next week she was interviewing Take That, and who else? Tasmin Archer, who was #1 at the time, sort of all the stars of yesteryear. And she was still a sixth former. She was given a pager. This is before mobile phones, so it used to bleep when she's in double chemistry and say, come and interview whoever it was, and she would be off on the tube from Ealing. And the school was quite understanding towards her. So I think the school got more understanding because also she applied for Oxbridge without a fight, whereas I had to really convince them that I could do this. And my parents got easier, because with my older sister, you know, she wasn't, I don't know, lots of stuff they protected her from, whereas they got more lax with me, and with Konnie, yeah, got away with murder, that one.
Oh, did you ever, I mean, she had a pretty cool job. Were you ever jealous?
I mean, by then, yeah, we'd gone slightly different directions. But yeah, she did mad stuff like, I don't know, scaling the tallest building, a lot of international travel they did, including one that was Konnie goes back to her ancestral roots in Bangladesh. Yeah, Entourage and all these sort of people. And my late grandmother, who was already octogenarian by then, actually, my dad was nearly 80 when he died. But yeah, I may be mixing up the numbers. Anyway, this is a while ago. She appears in shot and says in Bengali, Konnie, what are you doing here? Who are these freaks? Kind of thing. And then Connie's mask literally said, oh, Nani, which is what we call our grandmother. And yeah, that was the last time I saw my grandmother. And my parents used to make everyone who came to the house watch that VHS. And I think it sort of wore out because it had so many outings. But yeah, she had a pretty cool job. And I used to sometimes come with her to stuff. So I remember we went to see Corner Shop. They were #1 at the time as well, with Brimful of Usher. We went to the South Bank. And I think she'd blagged the tickets. And I went with her, but I'd also known them because I used to do a lot of music journalism, and I always had a huge record collection. I used to play out a bit on the side as well.
Really?
Yeah. And my DJ name was Dr. Huq, and I have a PhD, so not like Dr. Dre or Dr. Fox. Who are these people? They have no PhD. I genuinely was Dr. Huq on the deck. So I remember we went to Corner Shop together, and I was talking to John Peel, whose programme I'd been on, because at the time he used to sometimes have like people in the background. Again, that could be a long story if I start telling it, but I'd been on his show and recorded a jingle in Bengali. And so I was talking to John Peel, and she's like, you're so embarrassing. That guy's really cool. Why are you talking to him? Because she didn't know about this other side. Because I think while she'd been at uni, I'd been developing the Dr. Huq persona a bit and stuff.
God,